Hey, what's happening? Today is the Monday Joe Show, and we're going to go over some boxing tips and some golf tips. All right, we're going to do the top down with the golf, and we're going to do some hand stuff with the boxing. All right, so if you want to be a good boxer, you have to have strong hands. And how do you get strong hands? You get hand grips. Right, you can get these on Amazon or really any sporting goods place. I recommend these. These here are 50s. These are easy for me. I can do 10 pretty easy, 20 pretty easy. But if you're a woman or a guy that just isn't been working out or whatever, I would say you get 10. Start with like 10s or 20s or 30s, anything like that. Keep them in your car. Do them when you're driving to work. They're not distractive. Do your reps that way. So do them this way, conventional, and then turn them over. That way you get these fingers. And then you can do your thumbs like so. So you need to have strong hands. Also too, you have to work your hands. So how do you work your hands? Well, you work them. So your fist would be like so. So you gotta work those knuckles so they're pliable. You want to always keep on cracking your knuckles and working your hands. You know what I mean? You want to make sure when you have a strong fist. You don't want to be hurting your fist. I don't wrap my hands anymore, and I'm 58 years old, and I can punch hard for an old man anyway. So, but yeah, you got to work your hands. You don't want to be breaking your hand, and you got to wrap them too as well, because when you're younger, you're going to have a lot more power. So hands, get those strong while you're driving to work or whatever. You know what I mean? Have a set in your house. All you need is one in the house and one in your car. You'll be good. All right, let's get on with the golf. So boxing's good for defense. I mean, you're walking down the street, someone messes with you. I've got jumped a lot of times, a lot, and I'm telling you, everyone who ever jumped me regretted it. But yeah, it just happens. You know what I mean? People just are, just the way they are, especially when they're drinking. So anyway, so with the golf, we're going to do the top down. This is good for you people who are older, if you have a disability, if you're just not athletic. You know what I mean? This is going to be, we're going to be taking advantage of gravity and momentum. So what is gravity? Gravity is just gravity. You drop something, that drops, right? It's just dropping. Momentum is gravity and you helping it along. All right, gravity and something helping it along. So we're gonna take advantage of gravity and momentum. So when we start our swing, we're gonna start it here, almost like we're boxing. When I box, I have my hands close to my body, not too close. I wanna have them out here. I don't want them here, but sometimes I practice my punches that way, turning that over. So I want you to have them here because you're more connected this way, all right? So close, drop it down. So what I do is I have a strong grip now. So my thumb would be down the shaft and the club is going to be turning in a 45 that way. All right, so when I address the ball, I'm coming this way. So the ball's on this side, I'm coming that way towards. So I'm definitely close, overly close. And it just works for me because if I stay somewhat weak, I'll push the ball or I'll cut the ball. And I'm an expert at cutting the ball. All right, so I practice this gravity and momentum swing, all right? It's called the top down. So instead of, what always screwed me up going this way, and this is the hit rope. And I came up with this idea a long time ago. So this is basically a stationary target. That's the frayed end of a rope. It makes a great chin target. So if you want to practice throwing punches to knock someone out, this is the thing you want to hang in your apartment. What's great about it, it doesn't make any noise and it feels good when you hit it. You can do lots and lots of reps. Best reps to do are the ones you get in and then you get out without getting hit. Okay, so practice that. Your offense, defense, or defense, offense. Make a move, get in, strike the target. So this is good. Rope is good for that. So That's called the hit rope for, but this is the hit rope for golf. So I'm going to practice with this. I'm going to be hitting down on this. This is wet. You might get sprayed. But I'll show you how I practice on this. It's just a great way just to get reps in. I mean, you can practice swinging a golf ball on balancing on one foot. That's a great way to practice your balance, right? Practice on one foot. So obviously this rope, I could actually, there's nothing here. I have it up. I can have it at any height that I want to have it. I just happen to have it on this height. I'm not going to change it. So just pretend like on a clock, right? I'm close to my body, but I'm going to use almost like if I go here, I'm throwing a baseball. That's my natural turn. Like I'm throwing a baseball. Right, so when I'm up here, I'm like throwing that baseball. But I start here, I bring the club up from here. I'm tight here into the slot. No longer am I going this way. That's unnatural for me. I can't do that. I can't come back this way. I can't start that way. It completely throws me off. But when I start this way, and I come in like I'm throwing a baseball, it's more natural. I know that move, and I can get more power because I do get more power now. When I close that, I get that more. I get more power. I got that gravity and momentum. I'm taking advantage of gravity and momentum. What's great about a rope is you can continually practice that move over and over again. What happens is when you practice any move over and over again, it slows time down. You see things clearer. It's just the way it is, you know. It's like driving a car. The reason why there's not more accidents is because everyone's like a race car driver because they drive so much. So this is the hit rope, and that's the top down. Top down is it's a good swing if you just can't do it the other way. If you just have had like bad luck like I did. I mean, I think the best I did was like an 18 or I think maybe a 17 handicap. I mean, on a good course. I just had a hard time. I was cutting the ball all the time, but now I draw it in. I'm just a better golfer now. I have a more mastery of that swing and that top down swing. It's the same swing as the back swing, but it just doesn't have that back in it. And I'm using that pivot that I have learned from boxing. I'm using that and posting up, and I learned that from the guys on Golf Channel. So that's the best way to learn, would be watching Golf Channel and practicing. You have to teach yourself. That's the only way. Listen to the pros, do the trial and error thing on whatever they tell you, and use whatever works. That's just the way it is. I mean, you can't do it any other way. You have to do your reps, and you have to do them all the time. But what else are you going to do with your time, right? I mean, I'm getting home from work. My wife's still away. My son's in the house, but I'm sure he's busy doing whatever he's doing, so I've got time. So what am I going to do? I'm going to practice, and this is exercise all day long. When you do that hit rope, especially when you're doing 2 clubs, that's exercise. That gets you in shape. I'm proof of that. And it's going to help your game. If you whatever you do, in like say if you're doing jumping jacks, jumping jacks were like swinging a golf club. So every time you did a jumping jack, you did a swing. You know what I mean? So you did a lot of jumping jacks, you'd be in shape, and you'd have good swing. Well, it's similar with this. You do 2 clubs, you're almost doing a jumping jack. So I'll get onto it with these. Just try it. It might help you. You might like it, and it just adds to your arsenal of swings. was a hockey puck. It's just a fun swing too, you know what I mean? It takes that back out of it. It's very easy. The one-handers. Just a real fun swing. Like I said, fun swing. This is a good swing too, the step over. All right, so that's a lot of fun. I mean, hitting those Euro balls is a ball. I mean, and they really tell you the truth. I mean, if you're cutting it or whatever, top down, you should try it. It's not gonna hurt you, especially if you suck at golf. Try it, it might help. This has been a Joe Practice public service announcement on YouTube and Facebook. Ciao, I love you guys. Practice, practice, practice.